So Illumination Entertainment now has 10 movies under their belt, and now that I've seen them all, I think it's time to rank them tier list style. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another new video, everyone. I'm Movie Micah. Today we will be ranking all 10 Illumination films on a tier list. We have great, good, okay, bad, and awful. I will be placing each one of these movies into one of those 5 categories, and then at the end I will be ranking them all worst to best like I usually do. Before we get started, share your list in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And without further ado, let's get into the ranking. Starting off with Hop, I think this movie deserves to be in the awful tier. I hate Hop. This movie is terrible. For some reason, it feels like a generic Christmas movie when it's set around Easter instead. Instead of Santa, it's the Easter Bunny. They find a way to take every generic Christmas movie plotline and put it in this Easter film. This was Illumination's second film, and it's also the only one that has live-action parts to it, and thank goodness for that. All the live-action scenes were unbearable. So Hop definitely deserves the awful category. Next is Despicable Me 2, and I think I'll have that in the awful tier as well. It deserves to be in the awful tier. It's not good at all. They decided to incorporate the Minions in it a lot more, and they got very annoying. And the way they turn into these mutant purple minions, I just don't care. The villain was really terrible. Lucy's an okay new character, but overall this film went in some really bad directions. I just don't know what they were thinking. So yeah, the great start for Illumination. The first 2 movies that I am talking about both go in the awful tier. Next is The Secret Life of Pets. I actually think this movie's pretty good. It's not great, but it's entertaining. It has some pretty good characters. I have a decent time with The Secret Life of Pets. It's good enough. Nothing really embarrassingly bad happens in it like most of Illumination, so it's fine. It's good. Next is The Grinch. I'll place this in the okay tier. The Grinch was sort of a pleasant surprise. It's nowhere near as bad as the Lorax. It doesn't ruin Dr. Seuss's message like the Lorax does. There are still some really bad decisions that they made. And then they try to throw in all the pop songs that they usually do. It just doesn't blend right, but I think The Grinch is a decent time. It's not bad. Sing, I think I'm gonna place that in bad. I actually really used to like this movie, but I just realized how much of a cash grab it is. Sing is everything Illumination does to get people to watch their movies crammed into one film. They have animals for no reason, they have all the songs that you know, and it is just the most effortless, generic story ever. It may trick you into thinking you like it, because the finale is sort of satisfying when they all perform their songs well, and there's some parts of it that might seem enjoyable, but it's just Illumination playing a trick on you. It's not actually a good film. The Secret Life of Pets 2, this was a terrible sequel. I think it goes in awful, along with Despicable Me 2 and Hop. I hated this movie. For one, it's another film that just has no effort at all. They didn't have any ideas for a new film, so they just got more celebrities like Harrison Ford. None of the plot lines had anything interesting about them. The first 15 minutes seemed to try and get us into the relationship of the dogs and the new kid, and then they just threw that plot line away. The way it balances the 3 plot lines is terrible. Once again, it's just another cash grab. They didn't have any ideas, but they knew they were gonna make money. That's what they did, and this is honestly one of my least favorite movies of 2019. The original Despicable Me, I think, is good. It's pretty good. It's their first movie. They actually had some pretty good ideas. The Minions are good in their first movie. Only in their first movie. There's a nice little lesson that Gru learns, I guess. There was actually some thought that went into the film. I've never really had a fun time watching the film, but I just appreciate that for once this studio really tried. It's easy to watch, it's a fun time. Minions is gonna go in the okay tier. I actually don't think Minions is bad. Really stupid that they ever made this movie, because the Minions are designed to be side characters. They're not supposed to have their own solo film. When you try to make them the main characters, that's stupid in and of itself because they don't grow, they're not interesting by themselves, they're the comedic relief. They can't be the main characters. And the film just feels like Minions Best Moments compilation that you would find on YouTube. It doesn't feel like a feature-length film, but at least it's fun. And it doesn't matter because apparently they made a lot of money from this film. It's stupid, but it's enjoyable and it's fun. I think Illumination knew this. They knew they were just making a stupid Minions movie that everyone will enjoy. Not everyone will enjoy, but most people will. The Lorax is a bad movie. I'm putting it next to Sing in the bad tier. It's just so stupid, and they ruined Dr. Seuss's story of the Lorax. All the songs in this film have turned into memes, and they're all terrible. I despise all the character designs. Why did you have to ruin this great story, even though compared to some of these Illumination movies, I have a decent time with this. It's not good, though. It's not good whatsoever. And the final film to talk about is Despicable Me 3. For some reason, this used to be my favorite of the Despicable Me films. Definitely not anymore. I even think Minions is better than it. It's just another useless sequel. Some things about this film are actually kind of fun, like Gru meeting his twin brother. It's fun enough. The villain's entertaining, but this is just another really messy movie. The way it tries to balance all these different plot lines and it doesn't focus on one, which means none of them are interesting. It's a fun enough time, it'll entertain, but I think it's a badly made film. So now time to get into my ranking of all these 10 films from worst to best. I'm going to go ahead and leave Hop in last place, which means Hop is at number 10. Now I'm going to move The Secret Life of Pets 2 below Despicable Me 2, which means The Secret Life of Pets 2 is at number 9 for me. And then we have Despicable Me 2 at number 8. Then let's move up to the bad tier. Sing, I'm going to move down to number 7. Sing is at number 7. The Lorax is going to go below Despicable Me 3. That means it's number 6. And then Despicable Me 3 is going to stay at number 5. It just cracks the top 5 for me. Staying at number 4 is Minions. I think it's actually kind of fun. And then staying at number 3 is The Grinch. It's fine. Then I'm gonna move The Secret Life of Pets below Despicable Me. That means it's my runner-up, and that leaves Despicable Me as my favorite Illumination film. Now, obviously, none of these movies made the great tier. I don't think any of them are great. So yeah, thanks for watching. That was my Illumination tier list. It's definitely not a great studio for animated movies. A lot of them are pretty bad. So yeah, that was my ranking. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out some of my other videos up here and over here. Thanks for watching. This is Movie Micah signing off. I'll see you next time.